Imagine opening your pantry and finding the secret to strong, healthy muscles right there on the shelf. No expensive powders. No complicated diet plans. Just a humble little food that costs less than $2 a bag. Sounds too good to be true, doesn't it? But here's the surprise. This food is real, it's affordable, and it could change the way you think about staying strong after 60. Now, let me ask you a question. When you hear the word protein, what comes to your mind first? For most people, it's a big piece of steak, maybe a chicken breast, or even an egg. We've been taught for decades that meat equals strength. But here's the thing. New science is showing us that this old belief isn't the full picture. In fact, the key to building muscle after 60 might not be in expensive cuts of meat at all. It might be in something that has been quietly sitting in kitchens around the world for centuries. And yes, I'm talking about beans. Ordinary beans. The kind you might think of as a side dish, or maybe even food for poor people. But don't let their humble appearance fool you. Beans are quickly becoming the superstar of senior nutrition. And today, I'm going to show you exactly why. Before we dive in, I'd love to hear from you. Where are you watching from today? Drop your country in the comments below. It's always inspiring to see this community of seniors from every corner of the world. And while you're there, let me know with a quick 1 in the comments if you're ready to learn something new today. If you're not quite convinced yet, type a 0. By the end of this video, I think many of you will be ready to give beans a second look. So why should you care about muscle at all? After all, we're not trying to look like bodybuilders at our age, right? Here's the truth. Around the age of 50, our bodies begin losing muscle every single year. This silent thief has a name, sarcopenia. It sounds like a big scary word, but let me put it simply. It's the gradual loss of muscle as we age. And it doesn't just affect how strong you feel. It affects everything. Your balance. Your ability to carry groceries. How easily you can climb stairs. Even your chances of recovering from a fall. And here's the most important part. Muscle is directly tied to independence. The stronger you are, the more likely you are to keep living on your own terms without needing daily help. That's why finding affordable, healthy ways to protect your muscles is one of the smartest things you can do for yourself after 60. Now here's the exciting news. You don't need fancy supplements. You don't need to spend a fortune at the butcher shop. And you don't need to give up your favorite meals. The simple addition of beans to your daily routine can provide the protein and nutrients your muscles are craving, at a fraction of the price. So grab a cup of tea, make yourself comfortable, and let's explore together how this humble bean could become your best friend in staying strong, active, and independent well into your 70s, 80s, and beyond. Now, let's talk about one of the biggest myths in nutrition. The idea that only meat can build muscle. For decades, magazines, TV commercials, and even some doctors have told us that if you want to stay strong, you need steak, chicken, or fish. While it's true that those foods contain protein, they are not the only source. And for seniors, they might not even be the best source. Here's something most people don't realize. Beans also contain protein. In fact, some beans have nearly the same amount of protein per cup as a serving of meat. For example, 1 cup of cooked lentils gives you about 18 grams of protein. That's about the same as 3 eggs. Chickpeas, kidney beans, and black beans are also packed with protein, and they come with extra benefits that meat simply doesn't offer, like fiber and antioxidants. But here's where the confusion comes in. You may have heard someone say, beans don't have complete protein. That's only partly true. It's correct that beans don't contain all 9 essential amino acids in perfect amounts. But nature gave us a beautiful solution. When you pair beans with certain other foods, like rice, corn, or whole wheat bread, you create a complete protein. This means your body gets everything it needs to build and repair muscle, just like if you ate meat. And the best part? You don't need to eat them in the same meal. If you have beans for lunch and rice for dinner, your body is smart enough to combine the nutrients throughout the day. This is how traditional cultures around the world have thrived for centuries. Think about Mexican rice and beans, Indian lentil curry with flatbread, or Mediterranean hummus with pita. These meals didn't just taste good. They quietly kept generations strong and healthy without relying heavily on meat. Now, let's bust another myth. Plant proteins aren't as good for building muscle. This is simply not true. Research now shows that older adults can gain just as much strength eating plant proteins, as long as they get enough of it. And beans make it easy. They're cheap, versatile, and they keep you full, which means you don't end up overeating unhealthy snacks later. And let's be honest, meat can be expensive. In many countries today, the price of beef, chicken, and fish has gone up a lot. But beans? A bag of dried beans costs less than one steak and can give you meals for the whole week. That means you can nourish your muscles without draining your wallet. For seniors living on a fixed income, this is a game changer. So here's the truth. Beans are not poor man's food. They are smart man's food. They're rich in protein, they combine beautifully with simple foods like rice or bread, and they've been trusted by cultures around the world for centuries. If your goal is to protect your muscles, keep your independence, and save money at the same time, beans are one of the best choices you can make. When most people think about beans, they only think about protein. And yes, that's a big part of why they're powerful for building muscle after 60. But here's the surprising truth. Beans are so much more than just protein. They're what I like to call nature's multivitamin. They contain a collection of nutrients that work together to keep your body strong, energized, and healthy from the inside out. Let's break it down. First, let's talk about fiber. This is one nutrient meat simply doesn't have. Fiber is like a gentle broom for your digestive system. It keeps things moving, prevents constipation, and feeds the healthy bacteria in your gut. But fiber does more than just help with digestion. Studies show that it lowers cholesterol, balances blood sugar, and even reduces inflammation, all problems that become more common as we get older. Strong muscles need a strong foundation, and keeping your gut healthy with fiber is part of that foundation. Next, beans are packed with magnesium. Why does this matter? Magnesium plays a key role in muscle function, helping your muscles contract and relax properly. Without enough magnesium, you might feel muscle cramps, fatigue, or weakness. Unfortunately, many seniors don't get enough of it in their daily diet. The good news is that beans are one of the richest plant-based sources. Just 1 cup of black beans gives you a big boost of magnesium to keep your muscles working smoothly. Now, let's look at folate, another nutrient found in abundance in beans. Folate is often talked about for pregnant women, but it's just as important in older adults. It supports brain health, helps your body make new red blood cells, and reduces the risk of anemia. Why does that matter for your muscles? Because if your blood is carrying oxygen more efficiently, your muscles can perform better, recover faster, and resist fatigue. And then there are the antioxidants. You've probably heard that term before, but let's put it simply. Antioxidants are like little shields that protect your body from damage. As we age, our cells are exposed to more stress from pollution, unhealthy foods, or just the natural aging process. This stress creates something called free radicals, which can damage cells, including muscle cells. Beans are rich in antioxidants like polyphenol, which fight off this damage and keep your tissues healthier for longer. Beans also deliver important minerals like iron, zinc, and potassium. Iron helps carry oxygen to your muscles, zinc supports recovery after activity, and potassium keeps your blood pressure balanced while also reducing muscle cramps. When you put all these nutrients together, you get a food that doesn't just build muscle. It protects your heart, supports your brain, and keeps your digestive system happy. That's why I call beans a true superfood. They're not flashy. They're not expensive. But they quietly give your body the exact tools it needs to stay strong, energetic, and resilient. Think of it this way. Meat may give you protein, but beans give you protein plus fiber, plus magnesium, plus folate, plus antioxidants, plus minerals. It's like getting a whole team of helpers in one simple, affordable food. So the next time you see beans on your plate, don't underestimate them. They're not just filling your stomach. They're nourishing your muscles, protecting your heart, and keeping your body balanced from head to toe. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. Beans are healthy, sure, but don't they cause gas and bloating? This is one of the main reasons people, especially seniors, avoid beans. But here's the good news. With the right preparation and cooking methods, you can enjoy beans comfortably without digestive issues. Let's go step by step. First, why do beans sometimes cause gas? It's because they contain certain natural sugars called oligosaccharides. Our bodies don't have the enzyme to break these sugars down, so when they reach the large intestine, our gut bacteria do the job instead. This process creates gas. But here's the secret. You can reduce those sugars dramatically just by preparing beans properly. One of the easiest ways is soaking. If you're using dried beans, simply cover them with water and let them soak overnight. In the morning, drain and rinse them well. This simple step removes much of the oligosaccharides, making the beans far easier to digest. If you forget to soak overnight, don't worry. You can do a quick soak by boiling the beans for a few minutes, then turning off the heat and letting them sit in the hot water for an hour before rinsing. Next comes cooking. Slow cooking beans until they're soft helps break down the tough fibers that can upset sensitive stomachs. Adding a little bay leaf, cumin, ginger, or fennel seeds while cooking can also make beans gentler on digestion. These spices are not only flavorful, but also naturally reduce gas. Now, let's talk about canned beans, because many seniors prefer convenience. The truth is, canned beans are just as nutritious as dried beans if you prepare them properly. The trick is to drain and rinse them thoroughly under running water. This removes up to 40% of the compounds that cause gas, while also washing away excess sodium. Once rinsed, canned beans are ready to add to salads, soups, or stir-fries in minutes. If you're new to beans or haven't eaten them in years, the key is to start small. Begin with half a cup a few times a week. This gives your digestive system time to adjust. Over time, your gut bacteria actually become more efficient at breaking beans down, meaning less gas and more comfort. Think of it like training your stomach the same way you'd train a muscle, gradually and gently. Another powerful tip is sprouting. Did you know that beans like lentils, chickpeas, and mung beans can be sprouted at home? When you soak and let them sprout, their nutrients become even easier to absorb, and many of the compounds that cause bloating get reduced naturally. Sprouted beans are also lighter, fresher, and can be tossed into salads or lightly cooked for soups. Finally, remember that your mindset matters. If you expect beans to upset your stomach, you may feel more sensitive. But if you prepare them with care, eat them slowly, and give your body time to adjust, beans can become one of the most comfortable, nourishing foods in your diet. So, don't let fear of bloating stop you. With soaking, rinsing, slow cooking, gentle spices, and gradual introduction, beans can become not just digestible, but enjoyable. They're too powerful and too healthy to miss out on, and with these little secrets, you'll discover they can be both delicious and easy on your stomach. As we age, our bodies go through changes that are natural but challenging. One of the biggest changes after age 60 is something called sarcopenia. That's just a medical word for age-related muscle loss. It happens slowly, but very surely, unless we take action. By the time we reach 70 or 80, we can lose up to 30% of our muscle mass compared to when we were younger. This isn't just about looking fit. It's about strength, independence, and quality of life. Think about it. Our muscles aren't only for lifting or walking. They play a role in balance, posture, metabolism, and even protecting our bones. When muscles shrink and weaken, simple tasks like climbing stairs, standing from a chair, or carrying groceries become harder. Weak muscles also increase the risk of falls, one of the greatest dangers for seniors. And here's something many people don't realize. Weaker muscles often lead to weaker bones, because muscles and bones work together like partners. Now, what causes this muscle loss? The main reason is that as we age, our bodies don't process protein as efficiently. When a younger person eats protein, their muscles use it effectively to repair and grow. But after 60, the muscles become less responsive. That means seniors need more high-quality protein than younger adults to achieve the same effect. Skipping protein or eating too little only accelerates muscle decline. Here's where beans come in. Remember, beans are rich in plant-based protein. But more importantly, they're accessible and sustainable. You don't need expensive cuts of meat, protein powders, or complicated supplements. A simple bowl of lentil soup or a chickpea salad can provide the protein and nutrients your muscles are craving. But let's dig deeper into the science. Muscles need amino acids. These are the building blocks of protein. Some are essential, meaning your body can't make them, so you must get them from food. While beans alone may not contain all essential amino acids in perfect balance, when combined with foods like rice, corn, or whole wheat bread, they form a complete protein that supports muscle repair. This is why beans have been a staple food in traditional diets across the world for centuries. People naturally discovered that pairing beans with grains creates perfect nourishment. And there's more. The fiber in beans doesn't just help digestion, it helps control blood sugar levels. Why is that important? Because unstable blood sugar can actually damage muscles and nerves over time. By keeping your energy stable, beans create the right environment for your muscles to stay active and strong. Also, beans' minerals like magnesium, potassium, and iron work quietly in the background to support muscle contractions, oxygen transport, and recovery after physical activity. Together, these nutrients give your body the raw materials it needs to fight against sarcopenia. Here's something inspiring. Research shows that seniors who eat enough protein and stay active can slow muscle loss dramatically, and in some cases even rebuild strength they thought was gone forever. Beans make this possible in a simple, affordable, and delicious way. So, when you put it all together, the science is clear. After 60, your protein needs go up, not down. And beans, with their unique mix of protein, fiber, minerals, and affordability, are one of the smartest ways to meet those needs. Every spoonful you eat is like telling your body, stay strong, stay active, stay independent. For most of our lives, we've been told that if you want to stay strong, you need to eat meat. Meat has long been seen as the best source of protein. And yes, it's true. Meat does provide protein, iron, and other nutrients. But here's the surprising truth. After 60, beans may actually be the safer and more effective choice for keeping your muscles, heart, and overall health in balance. Let's break this down carefully. First, let's talk about protein quality. Meat contains all the essential amino acids your body needs in one package. Beans on their own don't always have the full set. But here's the secret. When you combine beans with grains like rice, corn, or bread, you get the same complete protein as meat, without the downsides. And in most traditional diets across the world, From Latin America to Asia, beans and grains have always been eaten together, giving people long-lasting strength. Now, what about the downsides of meat? As we age, our bodies process saturated fat and cholesterol less efficiently. Many cuts of red meat are high in both. Eating too much red or processed meat can raise the risk of heart disease, high blood pressure, and even certain cancers. For seniors already dealing with blood sugar issues, cholesterol, or heart problems, this can be risky. Beans, on the other hand, contain zero cholesterol and are naturally very low in fat. Instead of clogging your arteries, they help clean them. Another difference is digestion. Many seniors find meat harder to digest, especially fatty cuts. Meat can sit heavily in the stomach, sometimes leading to acid reflux or constipation. Beans, when prepared properly, soaked, rinsed, or sprouted, are much easier on digestion and actually help keep the digestive system regular thanks to their fiber. This fiber is something meat completely lacks. Fiber doesn't just aid digestion, it also controls blood sugar, lowers cholesterol, and feeds healthy gut bacteria. Let's also look at cost and accessibility. High-quality lean meats and fish can be expensive, and not everyone can afford them regularly, especially on a fixed retirement budget. Beans, on the other hand, are one of the most affordable proteins on the planet. A bag of lentils or chickpeas costs only a fraction of what meat does, yet can provide dozens of meals rich in protein and nutrients. This makes beans a practical and sustainable option for seniors who want to eat healthy without straining their wallets. Now, here's something most people overlook: inflammation. Some studies suggest that high intake of red or processed meats can increase inflammation in the body. Inflammation is linked to arthritis, joint pain, and heart disease, conditions many seniors already face. Beans, in contrast, are full of antioxidants and anti-inflammatory compounds that calm the body and protect against these very problems. That doesn't mean you must stop eating meat completely. Lean meats like chicken, turkey, or fish can still play a role in a balanced diet. But replacing some of those meat meals with beans is a smart move, giving you protein, fiber, and minerals without the risks. Think of beans as your gentle, protective friend, while meat is the strong but sometimes troublesome neighbor. Together, in the right balance, they can support you well. So, when you look at the big picture, beans stand tall. They give you almost everything meat does, plus extra benefits that meat simply cannot match. For seniors who want strength without added health risks, beans are not just an alternative, they're an upgrade. Now that we know how powerful beans can be for your muscles, heart, and overall health after 60, the next question is, how can you actually enjoy them every day without getting bored? The good news is, beans are one of the most versatile foods on the planet. They can be cooked in dozens of ways: soups, salads, stews, spreads, or even snacks. And the best part? You don't need fancy cooking skills to make them taste delicious. Let's start with the simplest option: soups and stews. A warm bowl of lentil soup on a cool evening is not only comforting but also incredibly nourishing. You can make it with just lentils, onions, carrots, and a little seasoning. Chickpeas and kidney beans also shine in hearty stews with tomatoes, spinach, or potatoes. Soups and stews are gentle on the stomach and easy to chew, which is especially helpful for seniors. Plus, they can be made in large batches and stored in the fridge or freezer for quick meals later. Next, think about salads with beans. Many people imagine salads as plain lettuce, but when you toss in beans, they become filling and satisfying. For example, a simple chickpea salad with cucumber, tomatoes, olive oil, and lemon is fresh and energizing. Or try a 3-bean salad with kidney beans, green beans, and garbanzo beans. It's colorful, tasty, and perfect for a light lunch. Another easy way is spreads and dips. Have you ever tried hummus? It's made from chickpeas blended with olive oil, garlic, and lemon juice. You can enjoy it with whole grain bread, crackers, or even raw vegetables. Black beans can also be mashed with spices to make a tasty dip for tortillas or sandwiches. These spreads are not only healthy, but also great for seniors who may find chewing harder foods difficult. Let's not forget side dishes. Instead of serving only rice or potatoes, mix in some beans. For example, black beans go perfectly with brown rice, creating a complete protein. Lentils can be added to curries or served with roasted vegetables. Even a small portion of beans on the side adds protein and fiber to your meal. Now, for those who enjoy snacking, beans can help there too. Roasted chickpeas, lightly seasoned, make a crunchy and satisfying snack that's much healthier than chips or cookies. They're full of protein, so they keep you full longer. Edamame, young soybeans, can also be steamed and sprinkled with a little salt for a quick, high-protein snack. One important tip: if beans sometimes cause gas or bloating, you can reduce this by soaking dried beans overnight, draining the water, and rinsing them before cooking. Canned beans are also a good option, but rinse them well to remove extra salt. With these steps, beans become much easier to digest. Finally, the beauty of beans is that they adapt to your taste. Whether you prefer spicy, mild, savory, or even slightly sweet, beans can be cooked to match your flavor preferences. Add herbs, spices, or sauces you already love, and beans will fit right in. So, you see, adding beans to your diet doesn't have to be boring or complicated. From soups and salads to snacks and spreads, beans can appear on your table in countless delicious forms. With just a little creativity, you can enjoy their health benefits every single day while still looking forward to your meals. When people talk about living a long, healthy life, many imagine expensive supplements, rare herbs, or strict diets. But the truth is far simpler. Around the world, researchers have studied communities where people often live past 90 or even 100, and one food keeps appearing again and again: beans. Whether it's lentils in the Middle East, chickpeas in the Mediterranean, soybeans in Asia, or black beans in Central America, beans are at the heart of these long-living cultures. Scientists call these places blue zones, regions known for having the highest number of centenarians, people who live to 100 and beyond. In every one of these regions, beans are a daily staple. For example, in Okinawa, Japan, soybeans and tofu are eaten regularly. In Sardinia, Italy, fava beans and chickpeas are part of everyday meals. In Costa Rica's Nicoya Peninsula, black beans are enjoyed at almost every breakfast. Despite differences in culture and geography, beans are the one food they all share. So, what makes beans such a longevity food? First, they provide steady energy. Unlike refined foods that spike your blood sugar, beans digest slowly. This keeps energy levels stable, prevents hunger crashes, and protects against diabetes, one of the biggest health risks after 60. Second, beans are packed with fiber, which is like a secret weapon for long life. Fiber cleans the digestive system, lowers cholesterol, and feeds healthy gut bacteria. More and more research shows that gut health is strongly connected to immunity, mood, and even brain health. Seniors who eat more fiber from beans often enjoy better digestion, stronger immunity, and sharper memory. Third, beans protect the heart and blood vessels. They are rich in potassium and magnesium, minerals that help control blood pressure. And since beans contain almost no cholesterol, they help keep arteries clear and flexible. This lowers the risk of heart attacks and strokes, two major causes of death in older adults. Another reason beans support longevity is their anti-inflammatory properties. Aging is often linked with chronic, low-level inflammation in the body. This hidden inflammation makes joints ache, weakens muscles, and increases the risk of many diseases. Beans are loaded with antioxidants and plant compounds that fight this inflammation. Eating them regularly keeps the body calmer and more balanced, slowing down the aging process from the inside. Let's not forget about muscle and bone strength. Many seniors worry about losing muscle, sarcopenia, or bone density, osteoporosis. Beans help fight both. Their plant protein supports muscles, while minerals like calcium, magnesium, and phosphorus strengthen bones. When paired with light exercise, beans help seniors maintain independence and mobility for much longer. Lastly, beans promote affordable, stress-free eating. One hidden factor behind longevity is not just what people eat, but how they live. In blue zone cultures, beans are shared in simple, home-cooked meals with family and friends. They are inexpensive, easy to prepare, and comforting. This creates a lifestyle of less stress and more connection, two things that are just as important for long life as diet itself. So, while fancy diets come and go, beans remain steady as a proven food for long, healthy living. They give strength, protect the heart, improve digestion, calm inflammation, and even bring people together. In short, eating beans regularly may be one of the simplest, most powerful secrets to adding more healthy years to your life. Now that you know how powerful beans are for your muscles, heart, digestion, and even longevity, the most important step is not just learning, it's doing. Knowledge alone doesn't rebuild your strength or protect your health. It's the daily habits that make the difference. And the great news is, building a bean habit is simple, affordable, and enjoyable. Let's start with the idea of small steps. Many people try to make big diet changes overnight, and then feel overwhelmed. Instead, start by adding beans just once a day. For example, you could enjoy lentil soup for lunch, a chickpea salad at dinner, or even a small handful of roasted soybeans as a snack. Over time, this one small step turns into a natural routine. Think about your breakfast. In Costa Rica's Nicoya region, people live long lives partly because their traditional breakfast includes black beans with rice. You don't have to copy them exactly, but you can borrow the idea. For instance, you could add a spoon of beans to your scrambled eggs or enjoy hummus on whole grain toast. Even a little addition in the morning gives your body protein and energy for the day ahead. At lunch or dinner, try swapping one meat dish for beans. Instead of eating red meat, which can strain the heart, prepare a bean stew, a lentil curry, or a chickpea pasta dish. You'll still feel full and satisfied, but with less cholesterol and more fiber. Your body will thank you with better digestion and stronger muscles. For snacks, beans can become your secret weapon. Replace chips or cookies with roasted chickpeas, edamame, or a small bowl of bean salad. Not only will this save you from sugar spikes, but it will also keep your energy stable and help maintain a healthy weight. Another small but powerful habit is meal prepping. Cook a large batch of beans once or twice a week and store them in the fridge. This way, they're always ready to use. Add a spoonful here and there, into soups, salads, rice, or even sandwiches. When beans are ready to go, eating them daily becomes effortless. Now, you might wonder, will I get bored of beans? The answer is no, if you enjoy variety. Rotate between lentils, black beans, kidney beans, chickpeas, and soybeans. Each type brings a slightly different flavor and nutrient profile. Plus, with all the different ways to prepare them, soups, dips, salads, spreads, or side dishes, your meals will never feel repetitive. Remember, consistency is the real secret. Eating beans once in a while won't change much, but eating them regularly can transform your health over months and years. Just like brushing your teeth protects your smile, eating beans daily protects your muscles, heart, and longevity. Finally, think about the bigger picture. Every time you choose beans, you're making a decision that supports your future self. You're giving your body the building blocks to stay strong, independent, and active well into your 70s, 80s, and beyond. And the best part? It doesn't cost much or require complicated cooking. So, start today. Add that one spoonful of beans, prepare that simple soup, or snack on roasted chickpeas instead of cookies. These small steps, done consistently, bring big results: stronger legs, a healthier heart, and a longer, happier life. We have now reached the end of this journey through the world of beans, one of nature's most powerful yet simple foods. Along the way, we discovered how beans strengthen your muscles, protect your joints, improve digestion, support your heart, balance blood sugar, calm inflammation, and even help you live a longer life. We also saw how people in the world's healthiest, longest-living communities make beans a daily part of their meals. Think back for a moment to everything we covered. Beans are not just food. They are medicine, strength, and energy all packed into a tiny seed. They give your muscles the protein they need to stay firm and steady. They feed your gut with fiber that keeps your digestion smooth and your immunity strong. They lower your cholesterol, protect your arteries, and guard against strokes and heart attacks. And, perhaps most importantly, they are one of the foods most strongly connected to long life and independence. But here's the truth. Knowledge only becomes power when you act on it. You can listen to these facts and feel inspired, but your health will only change when beans move from theory into your plate. That means making them part of your daily routine, even in small ways. It could be a bowl of lentil soup, a spoon of beans with rice, a chickpea salad, or even roasted soybeans as a snack. These little steps, repeated day after day, create real transformation. And don't forget the emotional side of food. In many long-living cultures, beans are not eaten alone but enjoyed with family and friends around the table. They are a food of connection, of comfort, and of tradition. When you prepare beans for your loved ones, you're not only giving them nutrition, you're passing on a gift of health and togetherness. Maybe right now you're thinking, it's too late for me. I'm already over 60, 70, or 80. But I want you to remember this. It is never too late to start giving your body what it needs. Studies show that even seniors who add more beans to their diet later in life can see improvements in strength, digestion, and energy within weeks. Every healthy choice adds up, no matter your age. So, as we close, I want to leave you with one simple challenge. Start with one bean meal today. That's all. Don't wait for tomorrow or next week. Open that can of beans, boil those lentils, or prepare a small chickpea salad. Let this be the first of many small steps toward a stronger, healthier, and more vibrant you. Your body is waiting for this gift. Your future self will thank you. And who knows? With this one simple habit, you might add not just years to your life, but life to your years. So go ahead. Let beans be your daily medicine, your secret to energy, and your key to a long, independent, and joyful life.